Okay, here are the steps for our flash mob.
The first step is a step with the first group, which will only be 3 people, and hopefully we'll have a list of the people who are doing this, and we'll let you know who's in the first 3 people. And the first step is what we call swim to the floor, which means get down to the dance floor. And basically you're just swimming down for the first beat. And we're going to only just show you the steps first so you understand how to do it. Maggie, you want to back up again and try and do that again. This is called the swim. Swim to the floor. This is only the first 3 people. And you're going to go to the beat, and that's what you're going to do, get down to the dance floor to get in your position. Okay? The next step that you need to learn is just the chop. It's just when the end of when we want you to just stop and put your feet in the second position. It's just like that. That's called the chop. Okay? The next step is called the electric slide. Now the electric slide, again, you go by the beat. It's just put your one behind the other and then clap, and then one behind the other and then clap. And you do that twice. And that's to the beat of 8. 2 8 counts. But we'll show you that later on. This is just showing you what the steps are. If you have a problem with those steps, just go back and watch the video. Thanks. The next step is what we call the forward Egyptian. And when you do the forward Egyptian, again, you're going to do, let's see, how many counts? 2 counts, 2 times 8 counts. And that's the forward Egyptian. And we'll tell you at what point that is, so you can practice that. The next step is called the praying Egyptian. And this one, you're basically just bending down in the prayer position, but doing the Egyptian at the same time. Each time you do each one of those steps, you're doing it to the count of 4. And we're doing, how many of those are we? 2 of those.
1,
2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. The next step is called the Macarena. You can probably recognize this step, and we're doing this actually 3 times to the count of 8, and we're going to turn on that step. So, Maggie, why don't you do that one more time, the Macarena. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, never mind. Lost count. But anyway, you do that 8 counts 3 times, and then the third one, on the third set, you switch your hips to the right. Okay. Okay. The third step we're calling the penguin, and we're going to do it as 2 counts of 8. And again, I know these sound a little complicated, but it'll all make sense when the music plays. But yeah, this is the penguin, and we're doing it as 2 counts of 8. Thanks. The next one is the Pulp Fiction, which probably you'll recognize the reason we're calling this Pulp Fiction. This is just stepping and doing the little eye thing at the same time. And again, we're doing that at, most of these are 2 counts of 8. If you but you'll see that as you play the song, it'll get a lot less complicated. The next step is the cowboy reel. And that's pretty easy. And again, we're doing it to the count of 8, and then we do a jump cowboy reel, which will be having you move one direction or the other with the jumping cowboy reel. But the regular cowboy reel, it's basically reeling people in, and it's just a reel that's standing or jumping. The next step is what we call the drummer to grease, which Phil says actually are shooting cowboy, but I think it's the drummer. Anyway, but it's during the drumming session of the part of the song, so it'll sort of make sense at the time. And that's for 2 counts of 8 also. And you'll probably recognize the next one. It's the Cabbage Patch. And once again, we're doing this 2 counts of 8 in the song. The next one is the arm wave, and we're doing it at each wave at 2 counts. So you can see as you do this that as you have a count of 8, you'd actually do 4 arm waves in each direction. The next one we're calling the sprinkler, and you'll be doing this and making a turn at the same time. So you'll be extending your left arm out and turning depending on which way we're telling you to turn. We always will try and turn to the right. But with this one, you'll be turning to the right with your left arm extended. So there you go again. Thank you. The next one I call the Earl move, and again, it's just basically, remember, it's keeping an elbow, one elbow up at a time, and then just moving. The next step is called the Earl move. It's called the Modern Family move, excuse me. And what you're doing is just stepping to one side twice in each direction. So you go left 2 times and right 2 times. At the same time, your elbows are up and you're doing jazz hands. Next one we're calling Fosse jazz hands, which basically put your palms out and just cross them over in jazz hands. The next step is the cheer, swing, arm circles, and this is a good way for us to make a turn. So you'll see that used in that way. Okay, the next one we are doing is, there are 3 different kinds of poses, and you'll be either in 1, 2, or group 3. Probably the guys will be doing number 3 because it's hard, you got to kind of get down to your knees. But the first pose is just, as you pose, you'll see in the song, you just stay in that pose. The second pose is just bending over, just like that. The third pose is like that. Now, in the song, you'll see it'll go bong, boom, 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 and then you'll be either in group 1, group 2, or group 3, okay? The last step is the fist pump. And you can see the fist pump is at the end of the song, and you'll see us, because it's kind of a dramatic step. So Maggie, go ahead and do the fist pump, and you're going up 2, next 2, up 2, next 2. So we're going right, left, and we're going to do that for 2 counts of 8 at 16. I'm starting it. Swim to the floor. Electric slide.
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4,
Egyptian.
5, 6,
Short
7,
walks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sideways Egyptian.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Macarena for 3 counts of 8. Turn.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Penguin.
5, 6, 7, 8.
2 counts of 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
To the right, Pulp Fiction.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cowboy reel.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Jump cowboy reel. 8 points.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Drummer.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cabbage Patch.
3, 4, 5,
In a circle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Arm wave.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sprinkler.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2-handed sprinkler.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,
And that's the Earl from the backside. And now we have Modern Family.
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Turn for jazz hands. Fosse jazz hand.
7, 8. 1, 2, 3,
And
5, 6,
arm
7,
circles.
8.
Poses. Good job. Back to Modern Family at the end of this when she starts singing. For 8 for 16 counts.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
16 counts of fist bumps.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then we have jazz glitter hands until the end. And that's it. Thank you.